If you're looking to save money on protein, I'm sharing some of my favorite chicken recipes to give you some idea of ways to spend that good deal that you're finding on chicken. Hey friend, if you're new here and we've not met, my name is Hope, and I am the digital grandma that I wish that 25-year-old me had had in the kitchen. Many moons ago, I was learning to cook. I had not grown up in a home where we cooked from ingredients. We were kind of a box dinner, frozen meal sort of family. We ate at home because we were a big family, but we didn't cook a lot of things from scratch. Fast forward to the point where I was in my late 20s and early 30s, and I had to learn how to cook from scratch because we were living in a place that didn't have a lot of the conveniences that I had grown up with. So as I struggled through trying to read a recipe and understand the instructions, because let's be honest, it was like all Greek to me. I was used to brown the ground beef, add in the noodles, pour in a cup of water, stir and cover and wait 20 minutes. That was the extent of the cooking that I knew how to do when I got married. Thankfully, my husband was not very picky, and he's still not very picky, but he does enjoy the food that I serve him now much, much more than the food that he got when we first got married. So if I can help you in any way avoid what we faced in our early marriage, then I'm all about that. So a couple of days ago, I was preparing my shopping list and saw that the local grocery store here was supposed to have boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $2.49 a pound. And I got pretty excited. So I started pulling out all my chicken recipes, only to get to the store and find out that they didn't have the boneless, skinless chicken thighs for $2.49. But however, they did have bone-in, skin-on, which honestly I kind of like, for $1.55 a pound. So you better know that I picked up a couple of packs of that, and they also had full boneless chicken breast for $2.55 a pound. So I got a bundle of that, and I'm going to divide that up, share with you some of the recipe ideas that I have for utilizing that chicken over the next couple of weeks. Are you a thigh person or are you a breast person? A lot of people prefer breast meat over thigh meat. I really kind of love both of them. I didn't used to like thigh meat as much, but I have discovered over time that the thigh meat does have more flavor than the chicken breast. But sometimes certain recipes just seem to need chicken breast. But let's run down a little comparison of the two, chicken thighs to chicken breast. First of all, price. Chicken thighs are most always going to be considerably cheaper than chicken breast. Yesterday, I found chicken thighs with the bone in for $1.55 a pound versus $2.55 for the chicken breast. Flavor. Now, this is debatable, but in general, thigh meat does have more flavor than breast meat, but breast meat has its own unique taste. So it depends on your preference and it depends on the recipe as to which version of the chicken meat you're going to prefer to have. Collagen. Now everybody knows, especially as we're aging, collagen is something that we want for our facial skin and for the just elasticity of our skin. And thigh meat does have more collagen in it than the chicken breast. Dryness. Thigh meat typically is going to dry out slower than breast meat. It's really easy for chicken breast to get too dry. Overcooking it is typically going to end up leaving you with dry meat. Calories. Maybe you're watching it, maybe you're not. In general, per pound, thigh meat is going to have more calories over chicken breast, which is typically leaner and less fat. Then when it comes to protein, it's pretty close, but pound to pound, thigh meat is going to have about 19 grams per serving. Chicken breast is going to have about 21 grams per serving. So like I said, they are pretty close, but chicken breast does win out in that arena. So let's talk about some of my favorite chicken recipes. First off is the one recipe that I probably need to be cooking today because I am struggling with a cold, and that is chicken noodle soup. And in chicken noodle soup, you could use either thigh meat or breast meat. It's really not going to matter. Next up is honey garlic chicken thighs. Works best with thigh meat and is delicious served over rice. Another favorite in our household is chicken Alfredo over any kind of pasta, but especially fettuccine. We typically will serve this alongside a salad or maybe a side of broccoli, depending on who happens to be in the house that night. Another recipe that I like to make, and I typically will make this out of chicken breast, is buffalo chicken salad. This is great to serve over crackers or on a sandwich, and it's a great tailgating food or just football Saturday food, or for making sandwiches to save yourself some money and some time while you're on the road traveling for the holidays. We do love a lot of things, a lot of Asian dishes, so chicken and broccoli stir fry is another favorite. Again, we serve that over rice, or if you're watching the carbs, you could serve it over riced cauliflower. And a nod to my grandma, another old recipe from my side of the family is chicken and dumplings. It takes a little time to make this from scratch, but it is so worth the effort, especially if you're experiencing chilly weather and nasty winter colds. And a twist on chili is to do white chili. And this can be done with chicken breast or chicken thighs, any part of the chicken. You typically will make this with white beans, a lot of green peppers in it, and top it with some pan-fried corn tortilla crispies. It's so delicious. Chicken pot pie, another one that makes you think about grandma's house, and it is so easy to make. You can use a homemade pie crust or just one that you pick up at the store. Some people will actually create their filling and put biscuits on the top of it. So a lot of different ways you can create that, but have it all in one meal in one dish. Another recipe that we like to have for football Saturdays is cheesy chicken sandwiches. This is a neat mixture of chicken that has been marinated in yogurt and some spices, and then you pan fry it and then add cheese over the top of that, and then put it on a nice toasty bun, topped with what we call samurai sauce. Another chicken recipe that we really enjoy, and this can also be done with beef, ground beef, or even ground turkey, and that is peanut butter chicken or peanut butter beef. It's a really odd sounding dish, but it's actually very good. But the main ingredients in this are a tomato sauce with some peanut butter. I know it sounds like a really gross combination, but it is so delicious. And a little soy sauce, and that is served over something like white rice. It's a dish that I learned to cook from a friend who'd spent some time in Africa and has been a favorite of our families for a very long time. Then the newest recipe that I have not yet cooked and I'm planning to cook tonight is glazed cranberry orange chicken. This will be chicken thighs topped with a cranberry and orange glaze and served over jasmine rice. Cannot wait. These recipes are all going to be available inside the Savvy Saver Collective. Hey friend, I am popping in to just remind you that we have a community on the school platform that's called the Savvy Saver Collective, because we are a collective of home cooks. And this community is on the school platform, which is a free place to set up an account and a great place for you to find access to groups without the noise of social media. It's a place where I've been making friends, both in my community and in other communities, and it's a wonderful place to go and get away from the noise and the comparativeness of social media. It's a wonderful place to be encouraged and to share your wins and ask questions about your struggles and just share information. So I'd love to have you come join us. It's currently a free community. It is a new community that is growing every day and growing in lots of content, which is searchable and easy to navigate. I'm going to put a link in the description below this video. I would love to have you come join us and participate in being your own savvy Saver Kitchen. So come join us as we share how we are nurturing and nourishing our families with real food on a budget. So I'm curious, breast meat, thigh meat, which is your favorite? And which is your favorite way to prepare that? It could be one of the recipes that I've shared below or something that's totally different. Share it with us so we can have a chance to try it out as well. That's all I have for you today, friend. Until the next video, you have a blessed day and watch this video that YouTube thinks you might be interested in next.